What's up, people? I already see all the happy birthdays in the chat. It's a party. It's a birthday live stream party, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Before I can even, Baron Brendan says, happy birthday. Appreciate it. And that's your 20th super chat. Oh my gosh, the dedicated support on top of a birthday wish. Thank you, Baron Brennan. And thanks. I see all the extra other happy birthdays. Oh, you guys are too nice. It has been a great birthday. Oh yeah, check it. This is what the wife got me for the birthday. She got me the Dungeons and Dragons Lego set. But you know what I'm already doing. I already am going to convert that one shot that you get from here. I'm going to convert this D&D one shot. I'm converting it into DC20. I'm taking notes of the whole process, and I'm going to be sharing that with you guys. So if you guys get this, y'all will be able to play it as well, and or just run the one shot. So I thought that would be a cool thing to document the conversion process, show how easy it is. A birthday present that I'm turning into DC20 stuff. You know what I'm saying? But show how easy, truly easy it is to take a full-blown 5e one-shot written by Wizards of the Coast themselves and just be like, ploop, and it just be so simple. So let's go. And oh my god, oh my gosh, whoa, the super chats. I gotta hydrate before I read these. Whoa, hold up. And side note, we have a huge live stream, genuinely, because I'm revealing 3 different classes, subclasses, and you're gonna freaking flip out, okay? You're freaking gonna flip out, okay? But let me get caught up with the super chats. Joe M, happy birthday, boyo. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Party Hardy, perfect name for this live stream, baby. Happy birthday, coach. Thank you, Party Hardy. We are going to party hardy for sure. Claudio, shout out number 1 for the amazing Alan. I don't know if anyone's ever called me the amazing Alan, but thanks, bro. Onyx Studios. What? We already have 135 in super chats, and it's been 3 minutes, y'all. Whoa, cool. This is a wild party already. Onyx, bro. Thank you. That's crazy. Happy birthday, coach, with a freaking confetti. That's awesome, dude. Appreciate it, Onyx Studios. Oh my gosh. And then Path of Most Resistance, $25 super chat. I love how your birthday present is to us. Exactly. I've turned a birthday present to me into a present to you guys, we're gonna that's why we're doing 3 tonight, because I'm like, I'm gonna add another one. I want is in a birthday giving spirit, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Let's go. You're the one giving, it's your birthday, but I'm supposed to exactly, guys. I also say this is already halfway converted. I've been working on this for a while. I've really wanted this, and it's like I'm the worst person to buy for, because I really don't want a lot of, I'm good. I love this with you guys. I play games and I have I'm good, right? All my minis, I just use them and I'm good. And this though, was something I was super excited. So the wife came through on that one, and yeah, so that's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be an awesome thing to show you guys too. So heck yeah, we all have a big old birthday present party. And then Jake the Beast, happy birthday, coach. Thank you guys for all the happy birthdays, appreciate it. And then Claudio with another super set saying shout out number 2 to the amazing dungeon coach. Who am I? Am I both of those people? Am I one person? Is there my one then the other? Am I one by day and the other by night? Who knows? Liam DePilla, happy birthday. Happy to be here. You're always here, bro. Let's go. Content satisfied. I am absolutely satisfied. It doesn't take much. This is a great birthday. And Duskbreaker, happy birthday, Alan. Yesterday was my wife's birthday. Happy birthday to your wife. We're synced up here. Halloween birthday babies. Let's go. And that's also Duskbreaker's 20th super chat. That's crazy. And then Charlie Wolf for the happy birthday. Part of the team. Let's go. My own team saying it too. Appreciate you guys. In the middle of the day, I posted the stream and I got a little stream happy birthdays too. So it's been a great old birthday, y'all. Appreciate you. Birthday fee. Thank you, Rose Nebula, and hydration check. That's right. Can't forget to hydrate at parties. We're in the middle of a party. Can't forget to hydrate. Speaking of parties. Thank you, Nemgar. Thank you, everybody. Okay, there's so many happy birthdays that are all sprinkled out through this whole thing. I see all of you. Let's go. Kickstarter flashbacks. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, it's flooding. It's flooding, people. So, without further ado, we're gonna get into 3 of the subclasses here. We are going to be doing cleric, druid, rogue. Might as well be in almost that order. We're going to start off with druid. Because I really want to share one of the druid subclasses with y'all. So we're going to go druid, cleric, rogue. Buckle up, people. It's going to be wild. And then at the end, if we have time, I'll answer Q&As, but I don't know. It depends on how things are moving. So let's freaking go. Another thing I have to share with you guys is an update to the warlock, which I will start with that first. We've already showcased the warlock, but something changed, and I will update you guys on that. So Harry Cow, thank you for the super chat, dude. $20 super chat. I'm a big fan of Lego, and that's really a fun set. Enjoy the birthday. Keep up all the great work. You have the set? You said it's a really fun set. There's 3,700 pieces, dude. Me and my sons already started doing it today. We probably clicked together like 12 pieces, so we got 3,700 more to go. So yeah, and then roll with us DMs. Happy birthday. Mine is Halloween. Oh my gosh, thanks for DC20. Y'all been killing it with DC20 over on your channel, dude. And then yours is on Halloween, so you're literally a Halloween baby. Let's go. So speaking of Halloween, we're gonna talk warlock here for a second. So if y'all haven't seen this yet before, this is the class list. It is all green, baby. And we have some other things down here, which I can't show you guys yet because I haven't showcased all of the things. But on my screen right here is a list of every single class and a list of every single subclass and colors for each of them. And I'm going to eventually, 2 weeks from now, show you guys the full picture of every single subclass and its development towards green, right? Because now all the classes are green for Brainstorm, even Scion. Yep, you'll see that, Chad. You're going to see it for the subclasses. So the same way that I've been able to show that screenshot to you guys of like the literal progress bar, I'm going to also show that soon here as well. And I have a video coming out soon for showing updates on all of that. But if you guys are on these live streams, then you guys are up to date anyway. So heck yeah. Rex Room, I'm a few minutes late, but I'm curious if Cleric Rework will get the tease as you discussed its subclasses. It's the most I've wanted to play the class. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? We might as well showcase the cleric. It's a birthday live stream. I'm going to showcase the cleric rework. I might as well. Rex Room, everybody thank Rex Room. So I am going to show you guys the cleric rework as far as the level 1 feature, what happened with the cleric. But we got some stuff to go through before we get to that. So the warlock. Here's one big huge thing for the warlock. The warlock, originally the 2 subclasses for warlock were going to be the Devil's Bargain, the Fiendish Pact, the Contract, Fiend, Devil situation, and an Angel one. Hey, good, evil, yay. But there's been some developments. There's been some breakthroughs, massive, huge breakthroughs. It was funny. I had an epiphany of like something that we could do in the process of making in the crazy process that is this. I got to the very end and I was like, wait a second. I had this crazy process. I sent a team a video while driving. I do it all the time. It's probably not the safest, but it's fine. And then they also that morning had a different idea, but similar. And we're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Let's talk about it. So there are some big moves that are in the works for every single class. And it is in the realm of basically every single class is potentially getting a 4th subclass. If you want to think of it like this, it is a more customizable subclass for every single class that is literally just on brand for that class. It's not a big divergence. It's not something wild and like some crazy slant off to the side that a lot of these subclasses are taking big creative wild swings, right? So there's going to be a 4th subclass that is more customizable and more in line with what the already class fantasy is, and you'll be even more a pure subclass of that class, right? A more class, yeah, it's even more of that class type situation, right? A talent class type situation, right? So, if you are wanting to play a monk or something, right, and you have this vision for a monk, and it's very stereotypical monk. That's great. That's fine. DC20 lets you do a lot of crazy cool stuff as a normal monk, right? And maybe you want to express your fantasy through like talents and multi-classing talents where you're like dipping into other classes. And that's the kind of class you want to play. You're going to be able to do that, right? Right off the bat at level 3, you're going to be able to do that, right? Thank you still for all the happy birthdays coming in. Appreciate you guys. But if you get to the point where for you're playing Monk and you see the 3 subclasses available for Monk and you're like, none of those really speak to me, you will have another option. So in that vein, the Warlock is the problem of the Warlock of like, oh, but what if I wanted to play an Angel-based Warlock? No. That is going to be solved by taking that more, the pure Warlock based subclass that's more customizable, and you're going to be able to iterate your own version of whatever patron is for Angel, right? So a specialist subclasses. That's what you're saying, Mr. Wafflerins. So anyway, and it still works with multi-classing, still works with all that stuff. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great. Now, more on that later. Okay, so the update for Warlock is no longer are the 2 subclasses for Warlock going to be Angel and Devil. The Angel one is gone. Some of the creative design space for it is going to be put into Cleric and other Angel-based things. You still will be able, Warlocks are going to probably be getting a class talent and some other things that are going to take care of some of that stuff. And maybe we'll see an Angel-based subclass in the future. But the 3 that are going to be in 0.9, so this is an update for Warlocks, is going to be one, this is kind of a weird update here. I'll tell you the 3, and I don't know yet which 2 of these 3 are going to go in 0.9 and which one's going to be the straggler that comes in at a later patch, right? So we are going to have the Devil / Fiend / Contract Patron or whatever. That's one. And yes, we still have the great old one, Aberration Cosmic Horror. That was going to be the 3rd one after the Angel and Devil, but it's now going to be, you know, one of them. It's still one of them, right? But the new one that has replaced Angel, and this is also based on a lot of feedback from you guys. It was a lot of feedback from you guys, and y'all were asking. And in fact, I want to just do a little test in the chat right now. I might be shooting myself in the foot right here, but I'm pretty confident about what subclass y'all think we're missing. We have Devil, we have Great Old One, and David Fountain shot, yes, Fae. Fae, 5, 6, 7 in a row, 8 in a row, 9 in a row, 10. There we go. Yeah, Fae is going to be the 3rd one there. So there's going to be a Fae patron, right? Yes, I know Genie. Oh, trust me, Genie is coming. Genie's going to be there. I promise you, I have insomnia. But yeah, so Warlock is going to be Great Old One, Fae, and Devil, or the big picture of that one. So super excited about that new update there because of the possibilities of what that could be. And yes, of course, Fae could be Genie-like as well, for sure. So anyway, and I can say the Genie patron, the Genie subclass will for sure be a DC20 magazine. Like that one's going to for sure be there because I freaking love that. So anyway, yes, this is better. I agree. Tessera Alda. Yes, Angel felt weird. I agree. Angel was trying to fix a problem that now that the specialist / pure subclass is fixing. So there we go. All right, now Druid. Or do we do Cleric? Y'all choose. Cleric or Druid? Cleric or Druid? I'm going to do this based on just I'm not going to take a voting poll, but Cleric or Druid? I was going to do Druid first, but then I said a lot of stuff about Cleric. So then we have Cleric, Druid, Cleric, Druid, Cleric. Oh man. Oh my gosh. It is split. I am seeing more Druids. Okay. I'm seeing more Druids. Okay. So we're doing Druid. Boom. I think y'all are going to lose it over the Druid. I think it's so freaking cool. Poll! I see you, Mun. Mun. Someone named Mun Druid says we should do a poll. I wonder which one they're picking. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're doing Druid. So here is the Druid, okay? So I am going to say, I'm going to do this one in a weird way. I'm going to say there are 4 subclasses up on the docket. We have not whittled it down to 3 yet. Okay. These 2 are coming in 0.9. These 2 are going to be fleshed out, and we're going to see which one kind of comes to the front, and we're going to have some more design space clarity, and that's why we're purposely leaving these 2 to be the 3rd one, right? I have to release all 4 of them. Nice try, Aegis. Nice try. Okay. So I'm going to talk about this one first. So the first 2 I'm talking about are the ones that are not going to be in 0.9. So I'm doing it in kind of a reverse order here. They're not going to be in 0.9, but we are really excited to explore the options of them, and they are very similar. So there's some things that will mesh, some things that will switch, some things that will, we don't know. So the 2 subclasses that are not the first two. They're the next two, and only one of them is going to make it. Is a seasons-based druid, a season subclass. Winter, autumn, spring, fall, the seasons, cycles of life and cycles of seasons and change and all of that type of stuff. I think it's very druid. It's very right down the alley of druid. Super cool, like a Ladrin, but a class. Gavin, yes, Gavin, very nice, very well done there, right? And also off of ridiculous. The chat is on point tonight, y'all. Y'all are smart. Seasons is somewhat close to Fae, which brings me to, like I said, there's two of them that are kind of fighting with each other. The other one is a Fae / nature spirits type of subclass. Those two are very similar, and we want to explore that more, and we don't want to rush that to send it out for 0.9. So a Fae and or nature spirits inspired a subclass. Fae and all of that, the Fae Wild and all that stuff is obviously nature based, and there's lots of nature connections there. So that is going to be super cool, right? So we'll see. With the addition of Fae Warlock, we might lean more towards seasons, but we really just want to explore that, right? But Ella Druid, Eladrin Druid, pretty much, yes, you get the idea. General Mineral, what's up? That is those are the two that are kind of like fighting for each other. We'll see which one make it. But now I want to talk about those two first ones. But let me get caught up with the super chats real quick. No texting and driving, coach. Also, happy birthday. Thank you, Sean Pepin. I'm not texting and driving. I send a video. I'd have to show you what I'm talking about. But I literally like send a video and I mount it on my car. I press record and I talk. Right. So my team gets those all the time. It's safe, I promise. And then Specular Nadir. I had a thought recently with the problem with classes getting subclass level 3. How weird that feels with Warlock. What if subclasses instead of how you serve your patron level 1 is how they are? Yeah, so Spectre Nadir, I might just have to make a full-blown video on this topic. I think 2 live streams ago, towards the end, which is why I probably should make a video on this. I am going to make a video on this. I'm going to do a Warlock rant video just for this super chat here. So Warlock rant subclass at 3 rant, right? And when I say rant, I'm not talking about like, I'm so frustrated with this question. No, it's an absolutely valid question, but I think it will be made very clear whenever I'm going to make that video, and I'll talk about it. And I did talk about it a little bit 2 streams ago, but I'll make it very clear as to why. That's the cleric treatment, right? So Spectre Nadir is talking about Warlocks receiving the cleric treatment for Warlocks. I don't think that's needed. Warlocks already can establish my 2-second version of this is at level 1. Warlocks being able to choose their pact and choose their spell schools. Keep in mind, spell schools, especially with 0.10 and the massive amount of spells you'll be able to have, Warlocks will be technically picking a patron in that way, the feel of that, at level 1 when they pick the spell schools that they choose, and whenever they pick, because remember, they get access to all spells within the spell schools they choose, right? So that's absolutely crazy huge. And you're packed, like that's insane, right? And then it's not going to come out of nowhere at level 3. I agree it would be dumb if things just came out of nowhere at level 3. Boo! Oh, I have horns now. What? Oh, I have this weird magic of... No. You're going to have that feel early on, especially if you have any sort of flavor that you put into your class, right? Maybe you don't have that if you don't know what your subclass is you're picking. If like you're just a brand new player and you start playing Warlock and you hit level 1 and then you get to level 2 and then you get to level 3 and you're like, I don't know which one I should pick. Sure, go for it. And then maybe it's spontaneously like you've now proven yourself to your patron and now they flood you with more powers and you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I digress. So what was the Druid-based rework? Liam, Druid-based rework is a buff to the domains, how their domains work. A buff to wild. It's a buff across the board. Buff to wild form. The base hit points has gone up from 2 to 3. You have an unlimited number of wild forms as you can have at once. They last for an unlimited amount of time until a long rest. So I guess not unlimited. They last until a long rest instead of like a section of hours because it was hard to track. It's going to be overall quality of life for bookkeeping, quality of life for power, quality of life for lots of things. So yeah, big stuff coming for the Druid rework as well. That one wasn't really a rework as much as it was just a patch, a buffs, right? And then Regan P, happy birthday, coach. Appreciate it. Pufferami, I really think Druid lends itself very well into a horror or monstrous subclass. One of them, we were about to do one of them as a monstrosity type Druid, but we didn't think that the need was there for it. And I can get into that more with the general subclass thing that we can talk about later. But that is going to be an available option for you, Pufferami. And then Wheeler, happy birthday, coach. Why aren't you drunk? I might sound lame for this, but in general, I just don't drink. I'm the guy that never really drinks. And if I do, it's like some freaking pina colada, fruity girly drink, and have one and I'm good, right? So I just don't drink, man. Yeah, it's just I've always been kind of weird that way. And then but appreciate for the super chat, Wheeler. You're always coming in here swinging big. And then Talon Martin ran my first game of DC20 today. It was 7.0. Players loved it. Said characters felt unique and powerful, and they loved the options for combat. Dude. And crazy note too, Talon Martin. I ran into Talon Martin, the guy that just super chatted. I ran into Talon Martin at an ice cream shop like a week or two ago. Absolutely wild. It was absolutely wild. I was like, hey, love your stuff. I was like, wait, what? He's like, Talon. I was like, Talon, my son's name's Talon. Is that, wait, you're Talon from the, oh my God. So Talon, what's up, dude? Again, let's go. That's awesome. That freaking made my day, dude. That's wild, still wild that even happens in the first place. So Cernobog, will the fourth subclass be in 0.9? No, the fourth subclass will not be in 0.9, but I might have a little section there that hints towards it for you to be able to play around with it in that way. And there's lots of reasons for that as well, why that's purposely chosen to not be that way. But there we go. So anyway, there's Druid, which actually isn't that halfway through the Druid presentation. Yes, Druid focus on enchantments, sleeps, and dreams, and there's some things sprinkled into that for the Fey one as well. Yes. So for the Druid, we talked about the Seasons Druid and the Fey Druid. Those two, who knows? But we do have two lock-ins for the Druid. I'm gonna save my favorite one for last. So we'll keep going backwards here. We have the two for 0.9. We have these two are kind of fighting for that third spot, and this one's my favorite. So we're talking about this one right now. This is a plant Druid, and I want to kind of cast the scope of what this is and what this entails. And right now, there's a pretty big design space for this that we are going to explore and play around with to see where it kind of feels like. This Druid's going to be able to wild form into plants. They're going to be able to shapeshift themselves into plants. They're going to be able to control plants even better. That's going to possibly deal with fungus and poison, ooze, decay, rot, disease, bugs, plants, growth. Ooh, baby. Poison ivy. Let's go, Alex B. I see it. Poison ivy. Exactly. Poison plus plants plus you get it, right? So dryad. Oh, yeah, you see it. So swamp thing. Oh my God. Yes, this is that. That is the World of Warcraft Druid. I see you, 9HP. So that is super cool, and I'm super excited for this one. And really, all the Druid subclasses are so freaking cool, guys. And if you think that was crazy, here's my favorite one. And this one I am going to describe in one word. Okay, hold up. There's still so much hype just for the Fauna Druid. Exactly. Also, before I say the last one, I had originally thought that a Circle of the Moon, Beast Druid, Wild Shaping Master Druid, right? I originally thought that was going to be a for sure subclass, to the point where at first I locked it in. I was like, all right, well, we're doing that, right? But then I was like, wait a second. Why, if I want to be good at shapeshifting, why do I have to pick a certain subclass to get better at shapeshifting? If it's part of my class umbrella of things that Druids are good at, why would I have to, and my team made a great point about this too, why would I have to pick this subclass in order to do that? So all Druid subclasses besides that one are just ass at shapeshifting, and they're just the same, and it's just regular, right? What if I want to upgrade it a little bit? Maybe I want to dive all in, but it's like this one setting. And I was like, that's not very DC20, you know what I'm saying? So remember what I said earlier about those pure generalist, pure specialist subclasses for the class? So there are going to be class talents for the druid that amplifies and buffs their wild form abilities. If you want to take that specific subclass that gets to pick your own class talents, you can do that, and you can basically create your own Circle of the Moon druid if you want to be pure shapeshift mode, right? You can do that. And also at the same time, if you want to be a plant druid and shapeshift into plants, but you want them to be stronger, sure, pick that class talent and you'll have a stronger plant druid shapeshift forms. It's just beautiful, right? So very smart. Appreciate you. Oh, Roll With This DM said, my wife made a Leshy druid with a Beastborn ancestry. Yes, I was a Leshy. The one time I played Pathfinder, I was a Leshy. I love them. It was great. I had it was lovely. So anyway, I want to say that because I don't want to say the third subclass or my favorite subclass and then be like, wait a second, what about beast wild forms? What about? That's already going to be taken care of. You're going to be fine. Trust me, right? Exactly. Use talents to customize your druid. Jason 96, 100%. Yes. Anyway, here is the number one druid subclass. My favorite one. I'm going to say it in one word. And I just want you to let your imagination run wild with what this means for a druid and how iconic this is for a druid. Phoenix. A Phoenix druid. Okay? Phoenix druid. Wait, let it sink in. Phoenix. Fire. Death. Rebirth. Cycle of life. Fire. Wildfire. But cooler. Gavin, we're synced up. I just got chills. You'll see the chills on my arm? I just got chills, goosebumps. Absolutely crazy, right? It's going to be about the fire burning things and then cleansing it and then dying and then rebirth and the whole side. So it's going to be fire, healing, resurrection, fire. You get the idea, right? So wildfire, yes, that's good. You're going to see it there. So I think that's freaking sick. I think it's freaking sick. I cannot wait. So there's Druid, y'all. Boom, done. I've been playing a DBZ game in DC20 and I love it. Let's go. Oh, Devin, let's go. Wait till we talk about Monk. Just going to say that to you, Devin. That's awesome. And there's a little bit of Barbarian, has a little bit of DBZ inspiration there too. So that's awesome. And then Rex Room has a super chat. That Druid wild form argument reminds me of my thoughts with the Beastmaster Ranger. Exactly, Rex Room. 100%. And I'll be able to talk more about that later too. So yeah, man, guys, seriously, chat, this community is freaking smart. You guys, you're freaking smart. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all are seeing it, right? Phoenix Druid is fantastic. Very nice. Let's go. All right. So there's Druid. Now, next up, I'm going to pull a little lateral here. I'm going to go Rogue next. I'm going to go Rogue and pick Rogue. So for Rogue, I'm going to save Cleric for last just because I'm doing the whole class reveal on it thing, right? Because it's a party at this point, okay? It's a freaking party, okay? So I'm going Rogue. We're going Rogue. Druids are still spellcasters. Yes, Druids are still full casters, just like all of the casters are full casters, yeah. So Rogue. All right, Rogue's going to be special here. I'm technically going to be talking about 5 Rogue subclasses. Okay, I'm going to be talking about 5 Rogue subclasses here. Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to do my little hand sign here. Okay, so 2 of them are going to be in 0.9 for sure. Okay, those 2 locked in, got them. These 2, I don't know which one. And in fact, because this is just a crazy stream, I'm going to do a voting poll to see which one you guys think is the most interesting, right? So these 2 are fighting for that 3rd spot. Once again, they are fighting for that 3rd spot, okay? And then the 5th one of my players chose. Beth, who sits right here at the table. Beth plays a rogue in my DC20 campaign that I play. Is all videos of us playing DC20 is on Patreon, and all patrons are available to watch our home games, which we're about to pick up. By the way, we have been on a hiatus that I paused. I paused the campaign. And I'm running a bunch of one-shots while we were developing the subclasses. But within the next couple of weeks, we are starting back that campaign up and playing level 3, 4, right? So anyway, I gave the whole list to my players of every single potential class that's ever going to maybe be released for DC20 ever, all very top secret stuff, and she picked this one, which was not one of these or these. So, well, okay, cool. We're going to be making this one too. This is not going to be in the core rules, but it is going to be released in a very early version of the DC20 magazine. And that's going to be because I'm going to have a DC20 magazine where all of my player subclasses are in that one. And yeah, so anyway, here are the 5. Okay. Ooh, people are already guessing. People are already guessing right now. Give us the middle finger. Okay. This one is, I'm just kidding. All right. So I'll say these two first. First one is the most obvious one. And I feel like it's the one that I just have to do. We just have to do this one. Okay. I think it's absolutely needed. We may be in some talks about some things where this type of class becomes the general one that we talked about, the more pure one, right? Assassin. Assassin. Yes. That is correct. That's funny. Attila the Bun got it correct. And I think Cernbog did too. Maybe a lot of y'all did as well, but the message got deleted. That's weird. Assassin. Okay. Absolutely has to be a thing. Someone that's able to sneak around and do all this stuff. I want to see the exploration of the assassin subclass, and then we'll see if it should stay a class or if we should just make those class talents and then go explore more wild options. But I think that is going to be a very assassin. That's going to be a very fun one. Obviously, it is absolutely the class fantasy. So there you go, assassin. Being able to get a jump on enemies, being able to apply conditions, deal big damage, all that kind of stuff, right? So there we go, assassin. And then the second one is a bit more out there. A bit more non like down the middle, right? But it's absolutely very roguish. And we're going to be thinking about Captain Jack Sparrow for this one. Pirates, swashbuckler is the second one here. So yes, y'all called it swashbuckler. Very nice. Swashbuckler, a not so sneaky I mean, you'll still be able to sneak around and stuff, right? You'll still be able to kind of like you'll still be able to do that type of stuff. But you're gonna be a duelist. You're gonna be talking smack, dueling, up in the stuff. Oh, deflecting, parrying, disarming, bang, right? Duelist, absolutely, right? That's gonna be one for sure. That's super awesome. I see a lot of people saying Soul Knife. Spoilers, Soul Knife is a subclass that is on the docket, but is not one of these 5. And it's not one of these 5 because one of the classes in the game is a Scion. So I thought it was very fitting to have that subclass be released in that expansion. So whenever we release the Scion, there'll be the Soul Knife, there'll be some other things involved with the Scion. So we'll save that for that. But anyway, oh, 1 second. What's up? Oh, okay. And then, so yeah, swashbuckler, absolutely, parrying, dodging, all that kind of stuff. Next thing, these next 2 right here. Whoop. There we go. These next 2. It's one of these 2. This is the one that I'm going to run the vote on, and I'm going to see which one you guys are thinking about here. And 1 second, my wife's creeping around. What do you need? Birthday cards. Oh, I got you, Ben. Right here. You want their drawings too? Okay. My kids got me birthday cards, which I'll probably now show because she's showing it too. I can't ignore you. I can't talk about subclasses when you're creeping in the background. Okay, I want to turn the camera, but my camera's locked in. Okay, so, oh yeah, I gotta show them now because she was looking at them. So my kids got me a Raptor birthday card and a Taco Shark pencil birthday card, and they're writing their names. They're working on it, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, Arsonist Rogue. Whoa, we all have gone rogue. The chat's gone rogue. Okay, I'll get caught up in super chats here in a second. Okay, so for the other 2 here, we got Assassin and Swashbuckler for the first 2. These are the 2 that are fighting for that 3rd spot. I'm going to make a vote on this. In fact, I'm going to get the vote ready right now. Start a poll. Who is the 3rd? We have, I almost said it out loud. Okay. So, option 1 of these final 2 is, I'm going to say the word that you're familiar with for D&D. It's not going to be called that. It's going to be a more creative version. You get all that stuff. Arcane Trickster. It is a bit of a magic and illusion. You're taking the fantasy of a rogue, sprinkling some magic in there, and they're able to sneak around better. They're able to use illusory magic, enchantment magic, disguises, and other things like that, right? So it is very, it's very basic, right? It's very, my concern is you can kind of already accomplish this with multi-classing in the first place. By spending talents on other things like that, you can already accomplish that. Another thing I see in the chat is this is not Spellblade. By no means is this Spellblade. So let me explain that real quick, okay? Hydration, okay? Just because it's magic and melee does not instantly make it a Spellblade. Here's why. The Rogue's class. I want you to picture the Rogue's class and all its features, its cunning action, its sneakiness abilities. It has a certain amount of things and tools. Imagine those like tools. Imagine each class feature of a Rogue as a tool. And if I attach Arcane Trickster as a subclass to that, it's going to take all these tools and expand them in a already sneaky but more magical way. Cool. If I did that to a Spellblade and I have all the Spellblade's tools, I have to add in sneakiness, which is, okay, how do I make the Spellblade's features more sneaky? You know what I'm saying? And that's a bit more weird, right? So could I make a like Shadow Blade? Sure, but I could make a Shadow sneaky blade and I could make a Arcane Trickster type sneaky rogue. And those both could exist because I'm tying them to their class features and they're going to be different in those ways, right? So keep that in mind as well, right? So anyway, so yeah, I think Arcane Trickster is pretty cool. Let me just, since we're going to be making a vote on this, you would be able to do certain things like when you take the hide action, you start to become invisible in some ways. You gain stamina whenever you make an attack while you're invisible. You do extra damage while you're invisible. You gain the ability to turn yourself invisible for a second, deal extra damage, and you come out of invisibility, right? This is the illusory. There's also another slant. I'm maybe revealing a lot with this one, but y'all are familiar with Echo Knight from 5e, right? Echo Knight are able to create a duplicate of themselves and they can go around the battlefield and swap places with themselves and stuff. I think that's a better fit for a rogue. So that Echo Knight type fantasy would, I think, better fit a rogue, a magical rogue, to where there's two different rogues and you can swap places with your illusion. That seems wildly roguelike to be able to like duplicate yourself, sneak in, go here. One of you goes to the exit and one of you goes to the thing you're trying to steal. You blink over here to this version and you steal the thing and then you blink over here. You know what I'm saying? Now, the object, you have to throw the object to yourself and you like throw the object midair and then turn back to yourself and like, anyway, I think that's super cool. So that's my version of Arcane Trickster. So when I say Arcane Trickster, I'm not meaning the 5e version where it's basically a rogue that also gets spellcasting. And now you're just an Arcane Trickster. Like, no. It's gonna be wild, right? So it's so, yeah. So it is cool. Can it be accomplished with multi-classing? I'm gonna say no. And then my initial thought is like, oh, could you accomplish the class fantasy with multi-classing? Yes, you could. You could grab a sorcerer, wizard, bard, you could grab some sort of spellcastery thing, pick illusion spells, and you could play that class fantasy. You could, right? But I think we'd be able to really do some cool stuff with Arcane Trickster the DC20 way, right? So that's one of the two options. Arcane Trickster, asterisk, cooler version, right? Next one is brand new and unique. This one was one that I had came up with. One of the first subclasses I came up with is a poisoner, a bloodletter, a damage over time. This rogue's playstyle would be very unique in that you don't deal big burst damage. You would deal, you would like open up wounds on people and then cause massive damage over time on them, leave and go to the next one. You know what I'm saying? And then at the top of their turn, they take like 3 damage, right? DOT, baby. Damage over time, bleeds, affects poisoner, right? So huge damage. Well, sorry, it wouldn't be huge damage, but you'd have a huge hit. and get the heck out of there. And then they're just bleeding out, right? Then you go to the next one, bang. And so like you see what I'm saying? So I think that is very unique, very different play style, and a super cool way of doing some things, right? So very unique in that way. So I'm going to start a poll. Boop. I'm going to start a poll. And then I want to see what you guys think between those two options, right? Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see. I think I know where my head's at for what I think the solution to this is. I don't know if I should say some of these things out loud because I don't want you guys to get your hopes up and then be sad and all those other things. So the pre-planning rogue, the bleeder, the letter. Ooh, that's cool. The letter. What? Arcane Trickster. He dies in 24 hours. That's funny. You're so in for it. Oh, thank you, Sean Ben Beverholt. I'll get caught up in Super Chats here in a second. Yeah, see? So it's 50-50, 45-55. As a math teacher, that is not statistically different enough. It is not a standard deviation's worth of difference between those two. So it's essentially a tie, which is wild. Now, here's another idea. What if? I don't know how I'm going to do this poll. Do the thing I said? Yes. Do swashbuckler, arcane trickster, arcane and poison. Oh god. Do swash, arcane, poison, and the other one is no. Do assassin, swash, and blank. Okay, so this one, the percentage, the in vote was 54-45. So yeah, it's essentially a tie. So here's my idea. I'm going to share my idea with you guys. I've been very transparent with this whole design process, and I have not talked to the team yet about this in this way. But here's the idea that I just had, and I think might be the solution. So currently, right now, we have assassin, swashbuckler, arcane trickster, poisoner. Right? We have those are the four we currently have. What if? And the vote I'm going to say is yes, do the thing I'm about to say, or no, keep it as assassin, swashbuckler, one of these two. Because currently it's assassin, swashbuckler, one of these two. We don't know which one. And it's 50-50 vote. Oh, God. Here's a pitch that I'm thinking of what maybe the best solution is, and is a possibility that's possible because of DC20. What if we take the assassin, right? Let me do this. All right. What if we take the assassin and we take those talents, we take those class features, subclass features. We take the subclass features that would have made them an assassin and take all of them and just turn them into rogue talents. And if we have those assassin, because that's a good class. It's a very simple class fantasy. It's a very on brand class fantasy. And we just create assassin themed talents to be able to choose. And then that fourth subclass option I talked about, if you wanted to be an assassin and that's the fantasy you wanted, you would just choose the generalist, specialist subclass of like the rogue subclass. And that gives you an option of you can pick a class talent, any class talent you want, and you would just pick the assassin themed, and then boom, you're an assassin, right? And what if we do that? And now the three subclasses for rogue would be swashbuckler, arcane trickster, and poisoner. What are your thoughts on that? Vote yes if you agree with the thing I just said. Do swashbuckler, arcane trickster, rogue, or poisoner. Or no, vote no if you're like, no, keep the assassin, swashbuckler, you know what I'm saying? So, there we go. So, yeah, 90%. Yep. Yeah, I think that's probably the best option, right? Yep. This one won't be close. Yeah, 85%. Yeah. And the other thing that I feel like I do like about this concept is the thing I like about the concept is even if you voted no, you still can be an assassin. You know, so even this option, it's still like someone who's like, no, I wanted to be an assassin. You actually still can, and you literally will have it'll be no different essentially, right? So Oliver, I see a lot of y'all asking about Thief, and you're gonna be very excited because if y'all don't remember, man, Mini Warlord talking about Thief too. I've seen like 7 different comments asking about Thief. So without further ado, I've talked about 5 subclasses. Or I said there was 5, and we've only talked about 4. So the 5th subclass, the 5th subclass is going to be Scout, Thief, Spy. I don't know what we're gonna call it. Scout, Thief, Spy. It is that fantasy in one. Scout, Thief, Spy. The overall subclass fantasy of being able to be highly mobile, hard to pin down, slippery, get away. You'd be able to mobility, get into somewhere, see something, that's the scout aspect, steal something, that's the thief aspect, and then get the heck out of there. You know what I'm saying? So scout, saboteur, operative, infiltrator. Yeah, you get the idea, right? So that is the subclass that is 100% being picked by one of my players. You can thank her for that. And will be absolutely made alongside everything. It will not be printed in the core rulebook, but it will absolutely be all the way up through levels 3, 6, and 9 and all that kind of stuff, right? So that is going to be one of them for sure. So yes, there's that, right? So there we go. Where's my Moulin Rouge? I see what you did there. The pickpocket, the operative, super spy, espionage. Nice. All right, so there is that. Now, we gotta pick up the pace here, y'all. First of all, let me get caught up on super chats, and then we gotta talk about the cleric. Birthday rogue that throws surprise parties. Nice, Rex Room. You combined rogue and birthday parties into one thing. And Doug's Morales has a little cheers guy. Appreciate you, Dougster. And then 323 Starlight. Sorry I'm late. Here's my late fee. I'm here because I had to cancel my game today due to sickness, but I am when I'm here. So you like what you hear so far. I appreciate it. My whole family's been sick for like the last 3 weeks, essentially. I was sick, then I got my 1-year-old sick, then I got my 4-year-old or 2-year-old sick. Then my 4-year-old sick, then I got my wife sick, then it circled back to my 2-year-old, then back to my 4-year-old, then back to almost me, and then almost my wife. Now we're maybe about to get sick, or maybe not, who knows. So yeah, I feel you there, 323 Starlight. And then Logan, please do right by Assassin because Wizards did not. Yeah, it's been a crazy, I'm not going to go into detail on this because I'm not trying to bash, but through this process of developing subclasses and then looking backwards to 5e, I'm like, man, it doesn't feel exciting if I look back at 5e and been like, oh, what do they get? Oh, that's all they, you know? So yeah, it's been very exciting to kind of really just try and add some spice into this thing. So heck yeah. And then, wait, I didn't ask how big the room is. Fireball! The Phoenix Druid. Yes. And if you kill everybody, you can revive them all back because you're a Phoenix Druid, you know? Attacked while monologuing. Birthday. All right. Happy birthday and late fee in one. DC20 rules. I've been running for a long while and love it. Can't wait for my players to get a subclass. Stoke. I love that. That's like our inside like hype word. Stoke. Let's go. Appreciate it, dude. Almiri, I know you don't drink, but here's a proverbial one for me for my birthday. Cheers. Appreciate it. I hope you had a good one. Loving what I'm seeing here today. I'm looking forward to seeing what you came up for the monk. Woohoo! Oh yes, the monk. The monk. I can't wait to showcase that one too. It's wild. It's maybe the wildest one. Rick, you say it's your birthday. Well, it's my birthday too. Happy birthday to my Scorpio brother. I can tell you, wait, you know. Rick, Bardic Aggro. Happy birthday, dude. Happy birthday. There's somebody else in the Discord today. Like, hey, it's my birthday too. Birthday bros. Let's go. Appreciate you, dude. Spectre Nadir, in my opinion, Poisoner seems too limited. It would prefer a general debilitator fantasy, although it feels like Poison is part of the Assassin. Yeah, so honestly, I could see Assassin and Poisoner were almost combined, but their play styles, fantasy-wise, they have the same play style. Like jumping in there and like, getting somebody. But mechanically is opposite play styles. Assassin, boom, big, huge damage. Poisoner, boom, you're gonna take big, huge damage over time, right? So that is something that is being played with as well, especially if we take the Assassin and bop the assassin out, we will for sure be testing the waters between both of those for sure, Spectre. Puffer Nami, will there ever be a mythical leveling? Mythical leveling. You could absolutely take DC20 into the 21, 30, you know, you could absolutely prestige again if you were talking about that. That's very simple with the DC20 structure, even already. Especially once you hit level 10, you could go wild. So there you go. Hathathan! Oh, thanks, dude. We have a perma druid player in our group. I just told him about the Phoenix druid. He got so excited he had to go lie down. He had to go lie down. Loving the creativity in these subclasses, coach. Late fee. Appreciate ya, Hathathan. Love it. Logan, are we going to be getting an alchemy / demi update? Oh, yes. You will be getting a demi plane update pretty soon. Alchemy will be after that. Alchemy, as far as the progression of everybody, Foundry is like leading the way. I have a video dropping in like 3 days or so on Foundry. Huge stuff. Bailey Wiki, check him out on YouTube. He's been making huge progress over there. It's wild. So Foundry is running in front. Demiplane is really close to releasing some stuff, and then Alchemy's next, and then Fantasy Grounds is bringing up the rear. They're waiting for the game to be kind of finished, and then they're going to jump on into it because they didn't jump on during all the Kickstarter stuff. So there's the update with that. But Fred, happy birthday, coach. Keep up the good work. Is there still going to be an armor rework? Oh, so Fred, the armor rework is not in 0.9. It was too big to put into 0.9. It would have slowed things down even way more. I just want to get the subclasses out, and I don't think anyone wants to add it in there because it would just take longer, right? So it's still on the docket, but it's just on the 0.10 docket now. And then Attila the Bun, another super chat. What about the shape-shifting into inanimate objects like onto Steak Trek for Rogue? Like onto a Steak Trek for Rogue objects. Shifting into inanimate objects. That's interesting. I see that being more of a magical thing than I see being a druid thing, because druids are connected to nature. Druids are connected to nature and life and life forms and plants and animals and stuff. I don't see that as being a central class fantasy for the druid. There are going to be constructs, and there's going to be a whole construct expansion. Maybe something like that's dabbled in there, but most likely you'll be able to accomplish that through spells and more so than druid, right? And then a rogue could take that spell to shift into that inanimate object, like you're saying, if that's what you're talking about. So yes. Sing and Smash, happy birthday, coach. Appreciate you, Sing and Smash. And then gift T and Tori with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, T and Tori. Let's go. T and Tori, it was wild watching you die and then come back to life in that wild one shot that you were in. That was crazy. I was able to get caught up on that. That was wild. Absolutely. It was amazing to watch. But anyway, so that is the Rogue. And now we are 6 minutes away from the end of the live stream. But we have 441 people here, and it's a party, so we're gonna keep going. And we're gonna probably go into overtime here, because we're having a blast right now. Cleric, and before I can show you Cleric, I'm going to go to the master document, and go to Cleric, and show the Cleric. This is wild, guys. What I'm about to show you guys is wild. Okay. So I'm going to come back to super chats. Also, if we go too late into overtime, I'm worried about this with super chats. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do an overtime super chat read to make sure I get through them all. But I want to make sure that I can show the Cleric as well. So here is the Cleric. There's a huge rework with the Cleric. I'm not going to talk about the nuances to why, but basically at level 1, instead of picking, in fact, I can do this. I'll do this. Boom. Instead of level 1, here you can see Cleric order, right? There we go. This was old school Cleric order. It's in red because it's been deleted from 0.8 or in 0.9. It's been deleted. This is the master document. This is how DC20 is made. This has been deleted. It used to be, you got to choose a divine damage type, radiant or rumble, blah, blah, blah. And then you got to choose a sacred role, right? Priest, scribe, or Templar. Priest, scribe, Templar. That was level 1. And at level 3, you were going to be able to choose your domain and all the stuff about your god. But felt weird to do that. And I think what I'm about to propose to you solves so many problems for the Cleric. And it takes the Cleric and makes it in the coolest spot I've ever thought of a cleric be at, right? So we are switching that, right? So at level 1, you're going to be able to choose your divine domain, your cleric order, and you're going to be able to establish what your god is at level 1, okay? You're going to do this in a very cool way, right? And then at level 3, you're going to be able to choose how you serve your god. Are you going to be a healer? Are you going to be a Templar? Are you going to be a priest, a scribe, and that type of thing, right? Because you could say you're a cleric of the god of war and fire and war and destruction. Oh, you're a cleric of that, right? You're a cleric of war and fire, right? You're a cleric of that, and you could be a healer. You could be a melee cleric. You could be a war cleric. You could be a paladin-like cleric. You could be a blaster, like a fire-ranged blaster cleric. You can do all those things, right? So subclasses at level 3 are going to be the play style of the cleric. And at level 1, you establish your god, right? So, cleric of penguins. You're going to be sad when you see this cleric order. I'm just kidding. Actually, you're not. But anyway, you'll see. So, here is maybe a bit of a mind blow for how this works for clerics, but I think it's super cool. Here we go. So cleric order, you still get that same thing. I'm showcasing it right here. Sneak peek, little by little, right? You still get divine damage. You choose an elemental or mystical damage type. The chosen damage type becomes your divine damage for some cleric features, right? So you are going to be able to choose what your divine damage is, right? You're not just locked in just that small type of ways. So if you're a fire cleric from a god of fire, choose fire. If you're a lightning cleric from freaking Thor, choose lightning, right? If you're a psionic cleric of some sort of a being of the omniscience and absolute psychic, choose psychic, right? So there you go. And then your divine domain. You gain you gain the benefits of 2 divine domain options of your choice. Now you might say, what do you mean? What do you mean you get to pick 2? So if you're familiar with the Spellblade, the Spellblade has a thing of a list of a bunch of cool options, and you get to pick 2 to like customize your Spellblade, right? So clerics are going to be able to pick 2 of the following. I am not going to read these off one at a time. You can absolutely pause the stream later. I'm sure people are going to take screenshots and all this kind of stuff, but it's my birthday party stream. I do what I want, okay? Now, this is how this whole thing works. Also, keep in mind, if you are building a cleric, I challenge you right now, think of a god in your mind right now. Think of a god in your mind, whether it be from your own homebrew world or a D&D specific one, like a Forge cleric, whatever you're trying to think of that, and I promise you'll be able to pick one of these 2 options, and then blah, 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 you're going to be able to do it. Penguin god, yes, you can do that too. All right, here we go. You get to pick 2 options. Knowledge. Mastery limit increases for knowledge skills. Can benefit from 1 at a time. You gain 2 more skill points. Magic. This one's very general, but on purpose. You increase your mana by 1. You choose a spell tag, and you're able to cast any spells with that spell tag on it. So fire spells. This opens clerics up to be able to get a lot of different spells. Super cool. Divine damage expansion. When you deal damage with a spell, you can convert that damage to your divine damage type, and this will get you to be able to convert spells into. That's only a cleric thing in that way, right? Life, death. Life is being able to be a healing, whole healing situation. Death is the creatures within. You have this like aura of death. Enemies within 10 spaces take an additional 1 damage from attacks when they're well bloody. Take more damage when they're closer to dying. Dying enemies die faster. Grave, it's like the middle ground between life and death. Ally creatures within 10 spaces take 1 less damage when they're well bloodied. You're stopping people from dying. Grave cleric. Light, dark. Obviously, things involving light and blinding light and stuff, darkness, dark vision, dark, dim light, darkness, war, peace. And if you also look at war and peace, you can kind of be a little bit of a paladin here too, for all those paladin lovers out there. Pick cleric, pick war and peace. You gain combat training with weapons, which is another expansion thing for 0.9, but you gain access to attack maneuvers. You gain access combat training with weapons, which gives you access to their weapon styles and maneuvers and all that stuff. And peace gives you heavy armor, heavy shields, and defensive maneuvers. Whoa. So you essentially you get a little martial booster pack if you choose both of these. Order, chaos, divination, trickery, and my personal favorite, ancestral. You get 2 ancestry points that you can spend on any ancestry from any ancestry. So you penguin born people, there you go, penguin born people. You got it. you pick this. So there's that. Also, someone said order seems busted. It's the only one that has an AP cost. So keep in mind, there's an AP cost to this one. Everything else happens for free, essentially. This is the only one with an AP cost. So keep in mind, 4 action points, it is 1 AP. So I think it's still balanced in that way. But whoa, people, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? The ancestry option also gives you, literally, it just solves all problems. For clerics, you can make literally an infinite amount of gods. Literally infinite, right? You are like, okay, well, I want to pick, literally go look, I just got chills. Go look right now at all the ancestry traits. You're going to be able, like a god of weather, the gnomes have an ancestry trait that lets them be able to do interact with weather, and boom, you can make a god of weather. And if you want to make a god, get out of here, right? So cleric rework, it's awesome. It's awesome. Okay. So thank you, Crocodile. Best cleric design I've ever seen. Stoke. So speaking of cleric, let's talk about those cleric subclasses now. Cleric subclasses, there are 3 of them. This one is more locked in. This one is pretty straightforward. We have the 2 that are going to be in 0.9, and we have the one that's coming later, right? And it's all very clean and straightforward, right? So Rose Nebula says, cleric has always bored me to tears. So bland. Not anymore. Now I may build one. Stoke, Dragon Horde GM. I love it. Stoke. 10 out of 10. Oh, that's funny. Jonathan, no, you cannot take a divine domain twice. I will answer that question there. There might be, I think, 2 or 3 of those where we might say you can choose this twice. We might do that, but currently no, right? But anyway, mainly right now we want people to play test them. We want people to play test multiple, and then so that's another game design philosophy is if I'm going to make people choose more options, and then if it's fine to be able to pick multiple, then sure, we can do that later once people have play tested them all, right? It's just better for the health of the game. Anyway, so here are the 3. These are the 2 in 0.9. First up, priest, healer, cleanser, holy healer, right? It's a healer, right? This one, I'm sorry, this is just it. Of course, this one has to be. This is the way. You have to have this one, right? So now clerics, depending on the spells you choose, depending on the domains you have, depending whatever, you're gonna be able to be a healer. Any of the spellcasters can be a healer. Hell, the commander can be a healer, right? So you can be a healer without picking this subclass, but this is the light domain or life domain cleric from 5e. This is the thing you're looking for. If you want to be a healer, baby, I'm healing people. You're picking the subclass, and you're going to absolutely love the subclass if you want to be a healer. Get out of here, right? So that's that one. Super simple. The second one, though, is a bit more wild. This cleric isn't about healing their allies. No. That's for those clerics. That's the stereotypical cleric. You want to heal your allies? You want to heal people, protect people, defend people? Go ahead, priest. Second option is an Inquisitor cleric. An Inquisitor cleric is seeking out the evil, seeking out the bad, and smiting them down. This is an offensive slanted cleric. This is a cleric that is here to bring divine justice against their enemies. Excuse me. And people might say like a paladin. This is not like a melee strictly paladin. Like, you are going to be able to offensively smite down enemies with attacks, with melee, range. You're going to be able to offensively go get them, right? You're an Inquisitor, right? You're going to go for the Emperor, right? Heretics, smite the heretics. I think what's some of the notes here? Kill the heretics is one of the notes here. Burn, yeah. So anyway, that's the Inquisitor. That's the second one, right? So there we go. Clerical Inquisition, right? Yes. So that's the second one. And the third one is my favorite one. Here. This one's coming in a later expansion, or later, not expansion, later version, later beta version, right? The third one, this is the one that I would play. I think it's freaking cool. It is a martyr. The third one is a martyr. This is a cleric version of tanking, if you want to think of it like this. You aren't a tank by being in the front and taking the damage and like, oh, I have all, I'm tanking. Oh, no, you're a martyr. You're going to magically tank that damage. You are going to be able to redirect damage from your allies to you. Take the damage for them. As you're in the back lines, you're away. Your ally gets ogre's hammer comes down, boom, and the guy gets smashed, and he stands back up, not a drip of blood on him. Camera pans back to you standing on the hill behind. Your mouth starts bleeding, and you took the damage for him. Absolutely, chills. You see the goosebumps? Chills, right? So sick. I think it's so sick. You're able to redirect damage. In some ways, you might even be able to redirect damage back onto your enemies, right? There could be some slants to that as far as when we start to design it out there, right? This is not going to necessarily be a healer. It's going to be an interesting role. I think it's going to be very interesting to explore this design space. A very unique take on the cleric. Yes, thank you, Code. But I think there's also going to be a version of redirecting damage. So it could be redirecting damage from allies to yourself, or maybe from yourself to other allies. Or from an ally to an enemy, and maybe at a higher level. At a higher level, a martyr at a higher level, a level 9 class feature, can redirect damage back to the attacker. How crazy is that, right? So. Whoo! Freaking sick, guys. All right. Uno reverse cleric. Nice, Logan. So yeah, there it is, people. That's the stream. That is the stream. I am going to get caught up in super chats real quick here. And then we're already in overtime, so let me see if I can get caught up here. Pastroy, with subclass having only 3 features, 369, will the features be chunky ones, or will they be 1 or 2 liners like some in D&D? I will say the third level 3 might be the chunkiest, because you have to get a whole bunch of things come online. And 6 and 9 won't be as chunky. They'll be strong, but they won't be as chunky. That's my hypothesis, right? I don't think we need to have chunky ones. I also don't want the scaling between each and every level to be massive, huge jumps. I don't want there to be huge, massive increases. And now that's how D&D 5e breaks. You get these big jumps and stuff that happens whenever you can we can cast 5th level spells. That's crazy. 6th level spells, 7th, 8th. Oh my god! And the features and classes and the stack. Oh man. So. 3rd level features probably will have a couple of things to them, but the later ones won't be as thick or chunky, if you were to use your words. But there's my hypothesis on that. So thank you for the super chat, Pastroy. Ash, first time super chat for both of you guys. Appreciate it. Ash, what do you think about subclasses giving restricted multi-class talents? Arcane Trickster with less features. It won't take as long for development. What do you mean? What do you think about subclasses giving restricted multi-class talents? Restricted multi-class talents with less features. So in general, I don't know exactly what you're talking about there as far as giving restricted multi-class talents. Are you saying I could make a subclass and the subclass just is you can take multi-class talents, right? I think that might be what you're saying. And you get like a multi-class talent and like a small little baby one. I think to answer the last part of your question, and I'm going to be a bit exaggerative on this one, because you said it won't take as long for development. I don't want to ever take the lazy way out or the quick way out or worry about long for development. I have put this game on a pedestal in my mind. I don't want to take shortcuts. I easily could have released all the subclasses by now. And they could have been cool and people would be playing with them and it would be all right, but they would not be at the level of what we're talking about right now. Hopefully y'all can see with everything that I've been saying and all the absolute wild, I think these subclasses are literally next level. Pretty much all of them, I feel like, are all like bangers. That would not have happened if I took the shortcut or was trying to worry about how long development would take and all that kind of stuff. I was, timelines and deadlines and releases. Anyone who's a gamer at all has seen plenty of video games get released that should not have been released for another 6-8 a year, right? So I want to release the best subclasses possible. And Arcane Trickster, honestly, is a great example too, Ash, where I talked about Arcane Trickster at first, and even the chat was like, but then whenever I said my vision for what I think Arcane Trickster could be, Woo, man, that's kind of sick. Oh man, like an Echo Knight that switches places with this, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't care about development time. It might sound like a exaggerative thing for me to say, but I hope that makes sense. And I also don't want to just like, oh yeah, pick talent. Yeah, okay, cool. It's just talents. That would be the easy way. It would be. So it is a good idea. And some of the pure subclasses will be kind of like that, but just for classes, kind of like the assassin example we gave. So yeah, heck yeah. Logan, Necromancer, Deathlord Cleric. Yes, please. Did you see the commander? Did you see the commander from last week? Stay tuned for that. I will say that a Necromancer is on the docket for Cleric, an Undeath Cleric, but that's not going to be in the core rules. Nice try. Binding Tubbles, HBD check. Oh my gosh, hydration birthday check. Huh. Thank you. I was already getting tickly. Wheeler with another super chat, bro. Any future plans for a subclass for every class that's tied to a random roll table? What? Similar idea to Wild Magic. I love risky randomness. A class for every class is tied to random roll tables. Oh, Wheeler, if you're familiar with my work from 5e, I had an entire DC magazine, DC playbook. I had an entire DC playbook that was a Wild Magic supplement where I gave a Wild Magic subclass to every single class in the game. So yeah, super fun. So will that be in the future? Yeah, some point in the future, whenever the game's finished and done and I can do a bit more like wild stuff, literally wild stuff. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. And then Liam, the Inquisition, let's begin. The Inquisition, look out, sin. Oh, I see what you did there. I see, and you had the music notes. The Inquisition, let's begin. The Inquisition, look out, sin. I don't know if that was singing, but I said it more fantastically. Enrique J. Beltran. Thanks for the stream, coach. Loving how this is developing, and here's some final birthday congratulations. What? Enrique with $100 super chat. Enrique, thank you. Oh, the Pringles man himself. Let's go, Enrique. And Enrique, you've just done a giveaway for Die Hard Dice. You just unlocked. We haven't hit this in a hot minute. We haven't hit this goal in a while. So I'm going to be doing 2 giveaways now. One is the standard giveaway where I give away a DC20 copy. I upgrade people's packages to the next level. And then 2, we hit the live stream goal, so I'm giving away a $75 Metal Dice Die Hard Dice giveaway gift card. $75 gift card. I don't know how to talk anymore. This is crazy. Thank you guys so much. And on top of that, I'm going to double the upgrade that I give whoever wins the birthday stream. Whoever wins the birthday stream, I'm going a 2x double to what you got. So instead of just getting maybe a book or dice or an action tracker or this, I'm going to do 2 things. We could do a premium deluxe. I'm going to basically upgrade you to the deluxe tier, and you'll get the premium cover with the black cover, the black leather cover with the purple dragon, and we're gonna go crazy with your upgrade. So whoever wins the upgrade tonight, which we do every single week, I'm gonna upgrade that upgrade. So that's 1, and then we have this. So we're still doing 2 giveaways, but I'm just upgrading this one for the sake of the birthday stream, because this is my birthday and I do what I want here, people. Let's go. Make it rain. Thank you guys. Pete F, any thoughts of subs dealing with spirits like a shaman or cleric or druid? Like subclass of dealing with spirits. Yes. Pete, I will give you a sneak peek there, Pete. One of the druid subclasses deals with spirits. Shaman subclasses for sure will deal with spirits, and one of the druids is already teetering on the fae and spirits type situation. So yes, Pete, one of the barbarian subclasses for sure is dealing with that, and the shaman one for sure, but the shaman's not in the core rules, but you get the idea. Thanks, Pete. Joseph Blosser, will there be a class that's similar to Spellblade but does not use weapons? What? Fist fighter type, and happy birthday. Mine was last Monday. Hey, birthday bros. So you can do Spellblade and not use weapons. You can absolutely do Oh, fist fighter type. Wait for the champions subclasses. You might like one of the champions subclasses of a fist fighter situation. But I'm giving away too much, guys. I'm giving away too much. And if you did that and combined it with Spellblade or multi-class dipped, you'll be able to accomplish what you're talking about, Joseph. Yeah, so you're good. Wolves of the Night, my own moderator. Happy birthday from the mod team. I appreciate it, Wolves. And then Binary Kitten, 20 Dungeon Coach memberships. Oh my God. Wow. Thank you for that, Binary Kitten. Wow, wow, wow. And then Claudio Wild, with shout out number 3. You've been numbering him this whole time. Have an amazing end to your birthday. Love from all the devs. I am forcing those words into their mouths. Oh, thanks, Claudio. And appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you, dude. Oh my gosh. That's awesome, guys. That's awesome. Yeah. So, right now, let's do those 2 giveaways. In the chat right now, say something. Say, your favorite cleric domain. Say, what cleric domain, god would you choose, right? Like, what you got, the penguin god probably is what a bunch of people are saying right now. Let me, open up the chat and make sure that I'm confirmed on that. And then I'm gonna see, yep, okay, I see 1 penguin emoji, 2 penguin, okay, cool. But yeah, heck yeah. So also, if y'all didn't see this last time, here's the official dice. Here's the official dice that just got sent from Die Hard. Come on, focus, people. Focus. Focus. Oh, focus. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. Nice. Nice. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm letting you know. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's clean right there. There we go. All right. All right. Purple fade from a dark purple to a lighter purple. Metal dice. Super legit. And that's Die Hard dice. That's the gift card. So the first thing that's coming through is the Die Hard dice. The first thing coming through is the $75 Die Hard dice gift card. Second winner is going to be the super mega upgrade to your situation. If you did not back the Kickstarter, then I'll hook you up. And if you did back the Kickstarter, then I will like tier you up because you already support, and I'll just I'll dial it up. I'll one up you. You know what I'm saying? Nice cuticles. Hey, thanks, man. I literally had a moment today. I was like, last time the chat said my cuticles were dry. Maybe I should like clip them or something. I don't know how do I fix cuticles? I don't know. Anyway, who has time for all that? All right. So without further ado, here is the winners. So we have winner. First winners for the Die Hard Dice $75 gift card. Bop. Did the chat stop? Oh. Live chat? Live chat. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Wes Rogers, welcome to the team. Well, thank you, Wes Rogers. And the winner is Jason Neville. Jason Neville. Nice. If you win tonight, go to Discord. Go to Discord. Message a moderator. Be like, hey, I won. They'll confirm. They'll check some things with you. Boom. And then we will send you your code there. You are good. There you go. That is one. Next one coming up. Winner is, this is for the big one. This is for the deluxe upgrade situation. What we got? And the winner is Jason Neville. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. So, in the spirit of DC20 and in the spirit of the live streams like we do every week, and in the spirit of my birthday, we're running it again. So, Jason Neville, I'm going to hook you up with a $75 gift card for DC20 for Die Hard Dice. And I'm going to upgrade your situation. So there's that, Jason Neville. You've hit the jackpot. But we're running it back again. We're gonna do another winner here for a deluxe upgrade. For sure, why not? This is wild. Anytime something wild happens, this is also, I feel like this is the game master in me as well. When something statistically insane happens, you just roll with it, baby. And we do it again. So we're running it back. Let's go, Nightbot. If Nightbot says Jason Neville, if it says Neville again, then everybody, Whoa, Josh Gregory. Josh Gregory. Josh Gregory. There we go. Somebody different. No offense, Neville. No offense. There you go. So, Josh, Neville, both of y'all, message a moderator on Discord. Their names are in red. They'll hook you up, check you out, and then we'll get you set up. So, congrats to everybody. Thank you guys for coming. These streams are wild. The streams are wild. We have 450 people here. This is crazy. Literally a year ago, we had like 50 people, maybe 80 at most. Crazy, right? So now, next week on the subclass docket, we are going to be talking about, we already talked about Rogue. We already talked about Druid, Cleric, Warlock updates. We talked about all of that. We have Champion, Barbarian, Monk, and Bard are the last 4 on the docket. We're going to talk about 2 of them next week, and the other 2 the last week, and then y'all will see the big picture of what DC20 has in store. So let's go. Please, Barbarian, please, let's go. Oh no, we are at 66,600 subs. Uh-oh. Well, we did talk about the Druid today, and the Druid is a beast. Dougster Morales, thank you for the super chat. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else here. Y'all craziness. I got you, Logan, and then we're good. All right, guys. So that's it for the stream. We hit it in overtime. Thank you all for the happy birthday stuff. I really do appreciate that. It's been a absolutely great birthday. So thank everybody here. My kids were phenomenal. Wife was phenomenal. Maybe I'll go build some Legos now. I don't know. Who knows? But stay creative. Think outside the box. Hydration check. Peace. I'm gonna hydration check my way out of the stream.